Well, hey guys, good evening, good evening. Once again, this is another episode of Stock Market Review. I want to welcome you guys in here. This is with Loeb Trading. This is the Stock Market Review, as I mentioned, guys. We're about to get into it. Let me just make sure I get everything straight on here. Let's see who's already here. James, I see you here, man. I appreciate you being here as usual. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. So we had an interesting afternoon. So the day today was pretty much muted. We didn't have much volume. We didn't do anything. But tomorrow is going to be an incredible, incredible day tomorrow. If you guys are not aware, so Jerome Powell had his last meeting today, and he was very, very careful not to say anything whatsoever that could, destabilize the market and have us run all the way down. So he was very, very careful. He did not really answer many questions and things like that. So it was very strategic of him. That was the right thing to do, and it did not hurt the fact that they also dropped the investigation into him right before he had that last meeting. So that was great. Now, in the after hours market, we have a completely different story. So I told you guys today we had some of the Mag 7, about Mag 4 reporting today. So that was Alphabet, Google, Amazon, and Meta. Meta just announced they're going to spend X amount of billions of dollars again into AI. And investors did not like that. The street did not like it. So they dumped. I believe last time I checked, Meta was down about 7%. I think this is an opportunity in Meta. I think this is a clear opportunity in Meta for somebody to come in and get a couple of things. Now, when you're talking about Amazon, Microsoft, and specifically Alphabet, that was a completely different story. I mean, those companies are running and they are running like crazy. I believe Amazon, they all reported, and Microsoft Azure, that's just their cloud version, that saw ridiculous growth. Analyst was looking for about 32%. They were actually up about 40%, completely beating estimate. Amazon AWS as well beat by 20 that bid was about 28%. So all of these things, so all the stuff we have in about the maybe the issues in the Middle East and things like that, all of that just sort of like not like it's out of the window, but it pretty much took a back seat because those companies are running so much right now. Now, this is what's crucial about that. Now, traders and investors are getting very comfortable and very cocky and greedy, and these are the kind of times that are prime for some sort of crazy drop. Whenever you get too confident, when people are too bullish, I get fearful. It's like, why is everybody so bullish? That's how they really catch you off guard. And this is how, because when they need liquidity, they make you feel comfortable. It's like, let's say, when they say you fatten up a turkey right before Thanksgiving, it almost feels like this is what these guys are doing. They're getting us ready before they pull the rug. Don't get caught into that. Make sure you manage your portfolio. Again, remember your main priority, your main job with your portfolio is to what? Is to preserve your capital. That is your main responsibility. Above anything else, that is your main responsibility. All right. So we're going to get straight into it here, guys. Let's see. We are going to get straight into that. The move that's going on right now, we are definitely going to have a ridiculously green day tomorrow. When I say ridiculous, I mean ridiculous, and you guys are going to see that. We are still running higher because I can see that in the futures market. Let's switch over to the charts. This is the S&P 500. Let's go on the daily time frame to see exactly where we are and what we're looking at. All right. So what did we put in here? We put in almost like a pin bar right there. Again, I was telling you guys, look at those levels and see exactly how we react on those levels. So we came here, we did a false breakout, and then we just pushed up. All right. I mean, we faked the move up, we pushed down, and then right after that, we actually pushed way down, and then we rallied right back up again. While John Paul was speaking, right toward the close, around like 3:30. p.m., we actually rallied all the way up. Empire Path, hello to you too. I see you here. Thank you for being here. If you are here, guys, again, remember to smash the like button for me. And if you are new here, I want to remind you guys, trading carries a lot of risk, including loss of capital. I am not your financial advisor. Nothing I say here is any suggestions for you guys to buy, hold, or sell. Make sure you do your own due diligence or contact a financial advisor, and trade carefully, guys. All right. What I'm doing here, it is no BF, no fluff. It's just straight charts, and I'm letting you guys know what the charts are telling me as far as the probabilities. In here, what we talk about is the probabilities, whether stock going to make a move up or most likely make a move down. And I'm letting you guys know how I'm executing, how I, again, Coach Lud, how I'm executing. All right. So let's get right into it. I'm just gonna go straight to the after hours, guys, because that move is insane. Don't even worry about that. You guys can see almost like we're doing a double bottom here, right? We are, I think it seems like we might open closer to around 720 tomorrow. Actually, you know what? I'm going to check that right now. I'm going to go and check that because this is looking crazy right now. The way we are wanting, the way we are wanting in the overnight market is just insane. That one right now is just um, insane right now. So let's see. If we might pull down a little bit. Let's see where we are when we have that bit of a pull down. But this is the level I'm really looking for. I'm looking at this level right here. And again, we are at the tail end of the weekend, and there's a lot of bad signs going on with potential conflict re-emerging again in the Middle East. All right, so I need you guys to be very, very careful on how you are trading. All right, so we already see that's a double bottom again because of what's going on with these with all these stocks. Instead of me going into the S&P 500, I'm gonna go through the stocks instead because right now the S&P 500 is ripping up. It's not really going to give us a clear picture of what's really going on. So let's take a quick look at our first candidate here. That's Meta. This is what Meta did after hours, guys. Look at that. We closed right at 670. We were at some point we were down to 622. Now here's what I'm going to look at. We're at 622, so let me just go and find that. 622 would be slightly below support that support level. That 622 would be, yeah, there you go, which means we will be losing that trend line. And that's a little scary to me. That is a little scary to me. So because if we lose that and we keep going down, our next level is going to be way down to the 600. That if we lose that, that would be low in the 600. But I want to see how it closes tomorrow. If it closes above 624 tomorrow, I will be going long. All right. If it's closed there, I'm going long on that. That's what I'm going to do. Again, in the after hours, by the time we wake up tomorrow, things may completely change. All right, a lot of things can change in the overnight market. So we just never know. A lot of things can change, but as of right now, it is not looking pretty for Meta. Again, let's go right back here. We take a look at it, and here you go. You guys can. Oh my goodness, look at this candle. That's what happened with earnings, guys. This is why a lot of times, unless you have a really good entry on something, you stay away from earnings. Why I was not doing anything with Meta in earnings? Meta has already ran very high, and Meta has a lot of issues. They also have some lawsuits going on and all this kind of stuff. Now let's take a quick look at what was the next one? Mike was off. Mike was off. Initially, Microsoft ran down initially. Um, and then they actually bounced. Once they started talking about the report itself, Microsoft started to bounce and actually won right back up. And you guys can see that like right here. When they first reported, initially. Microsoft, it actually pumped all the way up to 445, and then from 445, it dropped all the way down to 407. Then the earnings call started. We actually bounced and we actually squeezed up. And I do think Microsoft will probably continue to one higher because now they are one of the things. In case you guys didn't know, one of the things that's actually pushing Microsoft down is all the issues with ChatGPT, which is owned by OpenAI, and Microsoft is no longer the close partnership that they had with OpenAI is no longer. They recently just axed that deal. So they just a regular client now. Um, and after Meta, I believe we also had Google. Oh my goodness, Google killed it. Google just killed it. Killed it. I mean, we closed at right around 350, and this is a 25-point move on Google alone. This is just beautiful to see. Again, if I don't really trade earnings like that. Every now and then I might do something, but I typically do not trade earnings. This is the way that I trade, unless it's a company I strongly believe in, and especially for Google, there's no way I would trade Google right up there, right at resistance level. This is not for me, so I'm not in this at all. Now, what you can expect tomorrow? Apple reports tomorrow. I might get cooked on this Apple play, but I am going to hold. Why am I going to hold? Apple is also being supported by a bullish pattern. You guys can see that cup and handle I keep talking about. Uh-oh. You guys can see that cup and handle that I keep talking about. There's that cup and handle. We're making the handle there. Nice base. And Apple has not made any ridiculous one to the upside. And then guess what? If for whatever reason that doesn't happen, my calls have so much time that even if we drop all the way down here, I can just add to that position. I can just add to it and just chill until we actually bounce back up. Because guess what? When companies like that, when profitable companies drop and they drop on earnings, they drop a lot. These are opportunities. Why? These companies are so profitable. They will figure out a way, whether it's a stock buyback, whether they're going to. Unfortunately, it happens, guys. One of the reasons those companies did so well, they just laid off so many people. It's unfortunate, and this is why I keep telling you guys I'm passionate about trading. I am passionate about teaching people. Sometimes, even though I may come here, sometimes there's not a lot of people that are on the live, but I'm committed to doing the live. Why? Because it doesn't matter if there's 1% that showed up. I gotta show up for that one person. I have to show up for that one person. I gotta do it. All right. So that's what we're looking at with Apple. Apple's still doing his little bit of things right now. You guys can still see that. This is where it is now. Another company. Remember yesterday, one of the things I talked to you guys about yesterday, if you remember, that was this whole thing about picks and shovels, right? When it comes to the AI trade, about picks and shovels. So this is a concept that when we had the gold wash, some people that was early. Well, if you are early, they invested in gold. So think about gold as the AI trade. So those semiconductors, you already late in those semiconductors. The storage companies like Micron and SanDisk and Seagate, they already ran so high. You guys are already late, and I can show that to you. I can show that to you. You guys can see exactly what happened. SNDK is one of them. I mean, this is how high this thing already ran. I mean, you're late. At this point, you're gambling. If you wanna buy this here at this point, that's your prerogative, but you are gambling because this stock pretty much over the past 2 months has nearly doubled. Now, if we take a look at Seagate, Seagate is no better. Look at that, from 365 to as high as 697. Unless you're already in, it makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. So, how exactly can you still capitalize on the AI trade? Because this is where things are going. So this is where you start going into places that are part of this whole ecosystem, but they have not ran ridiculously yet. So one of those companies that I have been looking at, but as to be honest, I thought they were going to do a pullback, but I was waiting for that pullback, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. That was Bloom Energy. Bloom Energy went up 27% today. This is what this thing just did. Once they reported, this is what this thing just did. This is an insane one. Why? This is energy. If you watch the news, one of the things that you see now, a lot of states are giving pushback on those data centers. Why are they giving pushback on the data centers? They are doing that because those data centers require so much energy. Whenever they go into an area, you will see your electric bill almost nearly double, because what happens, the demand is so high, the price just go up, and it goes up for everyone. So technically it's like we shared excuse me, we technically we sort of like share the cost for all of that demand. So one of the things that a lot of companies are doing is switching over to nuclear energy. So this is the kind of sector and industry right now I am really really paying attention to. So it's energy, it's copper, it's cooling system, because when you want those servers in the data center, they get super super hot, right, to the point where they will melt. It gets so high they melt. So what a lot of companies are doing, those data centers are doing, they are working with companies that provides cooling system to keep the area very cool at a specific temperature, and these things cost money. So those companies, I'm looking at those companies that have not won yet. So these are the kind of things that I am doing. For those of you guys that are part of the community, I do have a watch list I can completely share with you guys, so you can see that. Obviously, I was just talking about that yesterday, and you guys can see, right. This is like literally the next day. Bloom Energy just made that move. I literally have a whole list of specific things that I am watching pretty much here. As far as what's going to happen, when do you get in? That's a whole different situation. If you are part of the community, when it's time to get in, I will let you know when to get in. There's a lot of them that's not yet ready to make a move. Like Next Era Energy. At some point, I believe this is going to make a one, and it's going to one very, very, very high. Is that ready yet? Doesn't seem like it, because right now it's still consolidating. It just gave us a bit of a false breakout, but we are still just consolidating right now. Let's see. It's funny how we have to share the cost and not the profit. Welcome to capitalism. That's how it is. That's how it is. We share the cost because hey, we are a society that takes care of each other. But why can't we get some of the profit since we're sharing the cost? Right? That would be fair. And while I am excited because we are in the market, guys, I'm not going to be a hypocrite about it. But the other side, sometimes that I think about how messed up it is that those companies, they all just reported record profit, right? Record profit. They just reported, and Amazon just laid off 30,000 employees after reporting record profit. Meta just I think they just laid off nearly 40,000 people. They just announced they will be investing nearly $30 billion. That's how much money they have. That's how much money they have. So this is why when I talk to you guys and I say, hey, I love trading. I think trading is one of those things that the fact that you can do it anywhere, and you are I'm not going to say it's easy, but I'm because it takes a lot of discipline, and psychologically you need to be ready to deal with a lot of ups and downs when it comes to trading. You have to be careful to not get too cocky on certain things, and then you start making certain mistakes and all this kind of stuff. But I think trading gives you such a great opportunity because hey, you control how long you work and what you make. Your trading account is a reflection of your mentality and your discipline and how you trade. And I keep telling one thing, one bit of advice I will give you guys. If you are not disciplined in your personal life, you are not going to be disciplined in your trading. All right. So there's no such thing as an undisciplined person to a disciplined trader. So make sure you get that discipline and that structure in every aspect of your life. All right, that is something that you guys need and have to do, because I keep talking about it. I talk about that all the time. All the time I talk to you guys about that, about how, hey, you need to get ready in case there's layoffs, in case of this, in case of that. I keep telling you guys, I don't want to see people getting laid off, but we have to know and understand where we are at any given moment. Think about that. At any given moment, you can show up to your job tomorrow and you see your badge doesn't work, right? Which I think is, to me, that's one of the most evil thing to do. To let someone wake up very early. Some people are commuting about an hour and a half away. Then they get to the office and figure out their cards don't work. I think that's just evil. Or you might wake up the next day and you just received an email that says, they've eliminated your position. A lot of things can happen. So what are you doing? What exactly is your plan? If that happens tomorrow, what exactly is your plan? It doesn't mean you have to have don't I don't want you to think about, oh well, I don't have the money yet. That's the one way to think about it. You don't have to have the money yet. Have the plan. Have the plan, then figure out the money. But if you don't have the plan, then you have the money. Guess what? You're not ready, because now you cannot execute because you did not have a plan on what to do with that money that you just received. So have a plan. Make a plan. Whatever that may be. All right, I can't tell you it has to be trading, because some people just trading is just not for them. I'm not gonna say trading is for every single person, but I think because you have to be passionate about trading, it requires a lot for you to learn all these kind of different things. And even that's the biggest part about it. Even when you spend all your time and you learn everything, you are going to have down days or a down week. Everyone goes through drawdown. It all depends on where is it going to happen. Is it going to happen as soon as you start? Is it going to happen in the middle or in the end? Now that's where your mental comes in. For you to keep showing up, keep doing the same thing over and over, and not trying to do something different while you giving it 100% every single day, and you ended the day and you lost money. You come back tomorrow, do it again, you lost. Come back again, do it again, you lost. And it keeps happening. But guess what saves you? What saves you is for you to look at your trading plan and say, hey, you know what? This is a trade I have been taking. I have been trading exactly like that for the past 2 months, and I have been seeing results. And this is why it's great to journal. So it's like, hey, if I won the last 18 out of the last 25, and now I just lost five in a row, it doesn't mean your trading plan is not good. You have to look at things in context. That's actually a very good trading plan. It just means that maybe the market shifts, things happen sometimes, and your trading plan may not work as well as it used to be. But guess what? The funny thing is, the market will go back to normal again, and your trading plan will work again. This is why you don't keep on changing your trading plan every single day. I came in today, I see this. That's not a trading plan. All right. I need you guys to get that discipline going. Whatever thing it is, get it going. And you gotta start. You have to take care of your health. You have to. If you go into trade, you want to be strong mentally. Start reading. Start listening to a positive podcast. Stop hanging around negative people. Stop hanging around people that's always complaining. One of the hardest thing to do, as much as I understand it, and I have been there, and I'm still there. I'm still working on that. So certain times, you see certain things that people are doing. They're like, "Come on, man, I would never do that, to make money." And that's okay. That's your moral fiber. That is absolutely vital. But at the universe works in mysterious ways. The only thing the universe is seeing is like it seems like the only thing the universe will hear from you is, um, I don't want to make money, right? So I try not to do things like that. I just try not to do things like that. Just stay positive. Make sure you read certain things. Read some trading books. Read some specifically things about psychology. You need to be strong mentally. All right. Going right back into the chart, guys. I just had to get on my soapbox and share a few things with you guys real quick. Going right back into the charts. If we take a look at, there's a couple of companies I'm looking at. Iran is one of them. Is that ready? No, not yet. That's not ready for play. Also, Corey. For those of you guys that when I dropped Corey, like right around like the 60s, if you took that play and you still in, I need you guys to come on the live and give me something, show me some love, man. I'm gonna need you guys to speak up. I can't just come in around and I'm the one that's letting people know how these things are going for you guys. You guys need to come and let people know. All right. Which other one I'm looking at again? Okay, I already take a look at there you go. Constellation Energy. This company is, I feel like this is like a coil, and at some point, this company is going to explode. Now, exactly when is it going to happen, guys? I don't know when it's going to happen. But guess what? This is why you don't pick tops and bottoms. You just find specific levels, specific patterns that fit into your strategy, and you get in and you give yourself enough time. All right? You just give yourself enough time. That's the biggest thing. Make sure when you get in, you are giving yourself enough time. All right? So that CEG, um, let me see. What is the next one I was looking at is TLG, TLN. TLN is my next play. TLN actually just broke out of a consolidation zone. You guys can see how this just consolidated here and whatever. And it seems like now we are going to try to see if we can squeeze up. If I just draw this, let me make sure I get this here. If you take this from here to there, actually I'm going to do a primary trend line and a secondary trend line right here. So once we take this trend line around 360, our possible move from 360 is about to close nearly 400, 395, 400. That will be the target for me. Then once we break that, we should be looking toward all-time high, almost all-time high levels. Now this company, unfortunately, Vertiv Holdings, Vertiv's already ran. I was looking at this right around there. Again, this is what you have to look at. Look at it's the same patterns that happens into all of these things. They consolidate for a long time, then they make a crazy one, and then they do the same thing again, consolidate for a while and make a crazy one. All right. If you are able to take that breakout and you held for a little bit with Vertiv, you probably nearly if it's options, you probably up over 1,000% in those plays. All right, guys. Let me take a quick look at the VIX. I told you guys the VIX is not really doing much. It acted like it wanted to move a little bit. I don't want you to guys to completely forget about it. Even though it's not doing much right now, it's showing a little life. But I think tomorrow is about to get hit very, very hard. But we still have to remember we still have this possible double bottom for a move up on the VIX. Preferably, I like to buy the VIX around the 15, 14, 13 area. But if you do have a portfolio that's doing well, it's not a horrible thing to just make sure you get some what? Make sure you get some protection on your plate. Get some protection. All right. Anyway, guys, that's about all I have for you guys right now. I know there's a couple of more things I could have talked about. Say like oil is making a move. Well, oil been going up, but I'm talking about more of those oil companies like Valero and ConocoPhillips, Chevron, and so forth. Those companies are actually I can just pull this here. So this is Chevron. Chevron is seems like he just went back down. He did what? That's a double bottom, and we seems like we want to squeeze. Valero just went crazy today. This thing is nearly back to all-time highs again, bullish and wanting up with increased volume. That tells me almost like somebody knows something. This is ExxonMobil. This is ExxonMobil. I have to be patient on that one because for Exxon, I'm waiting for Exxon to cross above 157, let's say around 158, before I get into a play because there's major resistance level right here. So I'm just going to be patient. Now I talked to you guys about USO yesterday. US oil again still squeezing all-time high. When they talk about crude oil being around like the 80s, 90s, or 100, they talking about the futures. If we're talking about the actual price right now, currently going on in the market, not the futures market, but right now, you have countries buying a barrel of oil nearly at around 160 to 180, and there are bidding wars everywhere. So that's the issue that we're going to have, and unfortunately for those of you guys in the U.S. That that drive cars, or you drive a truck, if you have a trucking company, you are going to see it. It doesn't matter that we export oil, but you're still going to see it because that's how it is. All right. Well, with that being said, hey Jimmy, man, I see you here, right at the end. I see you, man. Thank you for showing up. I know it's not easy for you to show up late night sometimes. Again, this company was it SOXL. SOXL is once again is on the one. This thing as of right now, I think as of right now it's around, if I'm not mistaken, 125 areas in the overnight market because things are running crazy. So we're just gonna look at it. Now, one company that's making me very happy, if you in this company right now, I feel bad for you, but I have been waiting for something like that. I would love, absolutely love Robinhood to come down to the 50s so I can take that trade. This is what I've been waiting for, seeing that rejection right on the trend line. Remember, I was telling you guys I was thinking of buying Robinhood, but I was not buying yet because we had the trend line. Guess what? We got rejected pretty hard after earnings, and it went down 13%. So I have specific levels I'm watching for me to start building a position. My first level is right around that 65 area. Yeah, around 65, 68. Soon as we get there, I want to open the position. And if we do dip a little below, a little lower to like to the 50s, I will add to that position. But I'm gonna do those as far as leaps. All right. And all you have to do when you do leaps like that, think about that. I understand they struggling a little bit. They had a few things and whatever, and they missed earning estimates. But this is a company that is still growing, still making money, still a profitable company. They don't have a ton of debt. So these are the kind of things I need to you need to look at. One last thing I'm going to look at with this is just taking a look at the. I mean, the PE ratio is a little high. Typically, a 30. You really would like to see a PE below 34, in the 20s for a growth company. That is perfect. Right now it's 39, so it's still a bit extended. So I would love to get it just a little lower. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Wrap it up here with Intel. Intel just keep running up. I mean, hey, why is it running up? Just because the president is just talking about it, saying how great it is. Not because they just invented something new. I mean, hey, this is the market we have now. We have to deal with the market we have. All right. That being said, guys, it was nice coming here talking to you guys, getting a little energy with what the stock market just did. I was able to get a few trades with in the futures market. That was some great trading. I trade nearly 7 accounts and I'm profitable. I was profitable on every single one. So that was awesome. That gave me that energy to come here, guys, and talk to you guys. So anyway, you guys have a good night. I wish you guys the best. If you are here, just remember to smash the like button for me. Your engagement is very important for me. And for those of you guys who watch on replay, just a reminder, about 75% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way when I do go live, when I do drop videos, you guys do not miss anything. I appreciate you guys being here. Best of luck trading tomorrow. Remember, it is POP. And what does PAP stand for, guys? You should know is it is process over profit. You follow the process, your profit, the profit will follow. Follow the process. All right. And tomorrow it is still the same thing, guys. When you day trading, it is get in, get green, get out. We're not trying to overstay our welcome. We just wanna come in, get a little money, and we gone. All right, guys. Best of luck. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the live, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure to share the live with at least one person or drop that in one of a group chat that you're in. You never know who might be able to benefit from that. Take care, guys. Peace out. Good night.